Good evening, all. This is Raj from Raj Cloud Technologies. So today is our Azure Data Engineering and Databricks training demo. So let's start our session. So before starting the session, please subscribe my YouTube channel, Raj Cloud Technologies YouTube channel. That is Raj Informatica real-time jobs on hands-on job-based training. So in this, you will be having different useful videos about Python, Snowflake, AWS, DevOps, Power BI, Informatica, IICS, IDMC, Oracle, Unix. There are many useful available videos available here in this channel. So I am pinging you this channel in our chat. So please subscribe my channel and like and comment if you like my videos. And also we have a dedicated website called rajinformatica.com. This is our official Raj Cloud Technologies website. So in this, you will be seeing different courses in our program. So we have Azure, Power BI, AWS, Snowflake, Python, Informatica, IICS, etc. So you can choose any training and you can get good hands-on training on any technology, whichever you want. So please keep browsing my website for different materials available here, different interview questions available. So now our agenda is Azure Data Bricks and Azure Data Engineering training. So before starting the session, let me introduce the trainer. So the trainer name is Abhishek. So he is having around 8+ years into Azure. He is working on Azure from 8 years. So this is about Abhishek Agarwal. So he is a NIT graduate from Raipur and he is having 8+ years of experience. So he will be taking Azure Data Engineering, Azure Data Bricks training. So quickly, I will tell you what are the course duration, what is the course fee. I'll just brief you. Then I will forward this to Abhishek. He will continue the demo. So we have two courses in Azure. One is Azure Data Engineering and another one is Azure Data Bricks. So Azure Data Engineering 2 months course, Azure Data Bricks 2 months course. So Azure Data Engineering 20,000 rupees, Azure Data Bricks 20,000 rupees. So now, if you ask me why Azure, so whatever the cloud platforms we have, cloud technologies we have, Azure, AWS, Salesforce, Snowflake, GCP, so etc. We have different cloud platforms. So Azure, Microsoft Azure is one of the most popular and demanding course available in the IT market in India and also outside India. So I will recommend you to take this course if you want to get the job easily. There are plenty of openings available in Azure Databricks or Azure Data Engineering course. You can search in Naukri or LinkedIn, you will get many more jobs available for this course. So in this training, you will be getting 2 or 3 real-time projects and lifetime recordings will be available after each live session. And the batch is starting from 8th November. So you can enroll from today for Azure Databricks and Azure Data Engineering training. So if you want to enroll the course, please WhatsApp or call to this number or call only to this number. WhatsApp is not available. And our course unique features are, so here we have, so every day 30 to 60 minutes live interactive sessions will be there. Okay, so it will be 60, at least 60 to 90 minutes live sessions will be there. And for each course, 60+ live sessions will be there. So all the doubts will clear on live sessions. So you can learn Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Bricks, PySparks, SQL Server, etc. And including both, you will get 5 real-time projects. Will help you the resume building and will help you for the Azure certification and interview preparation and will help you how to search for the job. So that is how we will help you to get a job. And you can go through you can search with Raj Cloud Technologies in the Google, and you can check the reviews. So we have almost 1396 reviews are there. So we have been this industry from 3 years. So we have 4.9 star rating. So before you start the training, so you can see the reviews about all the courses here, and you can decide. And I'm promising you that this training will surely help you, and Abhishek will give you the best training to you in terms of training, and also in terms of experience you will get it. So as today is our first session, first demo session on Azure. So we are giving some discount if you pay today itself. So if you wanted Azure data engineering training, so it's a 2 months course, 20,000. If you pay today, you can pay 17,000 only. So 3K flat discount will be there. So if you want to join Azure Data Bricks, again you will get 3,000 discount. So 17,000. So 17 plus 17, 34,000 you can pay if you want to join both the courses. Or if you want to join one course, 17,000 is fine. And I'll be pinging you the GPay number and PhonePe number in the chat. If you want, you can pay to this after this demo session or before that. Anything is fine. So, and we have a course. We have a combo course, Azure Data Engineering, also Azure Data Bricks. So if you want to go for both, it's just 35,000. So in that, if you pay today 4,000 discount, so you will get for 31,000 if you pay today. Okay. So yes, you will get all the doubts will be cleared at last. Okay. So Abhishek will clear all your doubts. He will help you in certification, Azure Data Fundamental Certification also. So please listen the session carefully. So this is about our company and the courses. Now, so please don't ignore the discount. If you ask me tomorrow, I can say you 20,000 only. So the discount is only for today. So I hope already 2 people are paid already. Okay. So third one also, we got 3 payments already. So please, if you want to pay, so you please pay to these numbers. So Abhishek will explain again. So all your doubts will clear after some time at last. So please hold on. So I'm giving this call to Abhishek. Abhishek, please take forward.
Yeah.
You can unmute and speak.
Thank you, Raj, for the introduction and also giving the course brief. You guys are able to hear me properly, right? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Abhishek, go ahead. We are able to hear
All
you.
right, guys, I'm sharing my screen. Uh, 1 second. All right. Thank you, Raj, for the introduction. So, first of all, I will give a very short brief about myself. Anyways, Raj has introduced me, but I will just talk about different project and overall experience of me. So, hello everyone. And in between the demo, if you feel my voice is not clear or my presentation is not visible or anything of that sort, please ping in the chat so that I can correct that, right? So yeah, so let's start the demo. I am Abhishek Agarwal. I have total 8 years of Azure data engineering experience. I have started my career after passing out from an IT Raipur in 2016. I have worked in like 1 year in data science, data analytics field. Then I completely moved into data engineering as Azure data engineering was growing at that particular time. So I completely moved into the data engineering and past 8 years, I am working in this particular field. And I'm currently working in Germany in Altisud as Azure data engineer right now. and I have delivered around like 50 plus projects in this particular field. And I make sure I teach what I do in my current company and in previous organization. So I teach the projects or the real time things which I am implementing in the company, right? So I tease that I basically done the data migration projects using Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, and Spark, PySpark, Spark SQL, right? So yeah, so this is about me. Now, coming to the overall like agenda, right? So the most of the people who come for the course and the people who enroll for the course are coming from like generally either you are an experienced guy, like general audiences, either you are already working in a particular field, right? So suppose you have like 5 years of experience, 6 years of experience as an Informatica developer or as a Power BI developer, and then you want to switch into a data engineering because the technology is outgraded, or you want to learn a new technology, right? Or some people come from suppose a sales background or a marketing background, and they want a technical job because they want to work remotely, or they don't like that kind of a job and they want to switch into the technical job role. These are the two kinds of these are the second audience. And then third audience is basically a college fresh graduates who want to enroll for or want to learn data engineering because it's growing and it's grooming, right? So just coming to this, before the demo, I was just going through all the questions, because generally whenever any class starts, right, so people come with many questions, right? So generally, why to take the demo, why we are conducting a demo, so that like all the questions are clarified in the demo itself, right? So that is the whole point of demo. So now I jot down all the questions which generally people have before enrolling the course, right? So some people have a question of like how we can switch to data engineering, what are the tools I should learn to switch into data engineering, right? And how we will so suppose, yeah, this training is about like 2-3 months. So Abhishek, how can we like do 5 projects or 3 projects in this short span of time, right? So that is also a question. Then how we will do the practice, because generally in the company you get an account in which you practice. So how do you actually practice in Azure? And what are the steps I should follow to move into the Azure experience? And some people are not like having a coding background, or some people haven't started like SQL or Python coding. So is there any prerequisite before enrolling this course, right? And then like recordings will be given or not, how to approach for the interview, because learning is a separate part and then the interview preparation is whole together a new field. And then some people are confused that, hey, Abhishek, there's AWS, there's a GCP, there's Azure. Why should I learn Azure, right? Also the question, right? Some people have. Then which certification I should go for? I am a fresher. Should I do this particular course or not, right? Then some people will tell, Abhishek, I have 7 years of experience. How I can switch to a completely new domain? Is it easy or not? So all of this question people have, right? So generally, if you think about it, all the questions can be divided into 3 parts, right? The why of it, the what of it, and then the how of it. Okay. So what we will do, the whole demo will go in 3 parts. So first of all, we'll understand why Azure and why particularly Azure Cloud Data Engineering, right? That we'll understand first. And then we will understand what of it, which is like what is data engineering, right? So some people have a confusion about what is data engineering, because they call me and then they say that, Abhishek, should I like you will teach ML modeling or not, you will teach CI/CD pipeline or not? So these are the general question people have, and they are distracted because there are so many things in the YouTube and everywhere else, right? So you get distracted. So it's very important to know what to learn. Okay, so what is data engineering, we'll understand that. And then what are the tools we should focus on, right? That we'll understand first. And then we'll understand why of Databricks and what is like Databricks and Spark, that we'll understand. And then we'll understand about the what are the different offerings we are giving during the course, and then what's the course overview, how we will do the lab sessions and everything, right? So this is how we will structure demo, and after each part I will give you the chance to ask question. Okay, so after why of it, I will give you a chance to ask question. Then after why of it, I will give you a chance to ask question. And after how of it, like how is divided in two parts. So first I will give you the course overview and then you can ask question. And then I will describe how we'll prepare for the interview and then you can ask questions. So you can ask question in between the demo always. And you can always ping in the chat if you have any questions, right? And then I will take a break and then I will answer those questions. Okay, so this is how the whole demo will go. So first of all, let's just start why of it, right? So why Azure particularly, and why you should learn Azure, right? So that will understand first. So to explain that, I do have a slide which I will open now. All right. So if you think about it, there are like when I look back, okay, when I look back to my college days, I used to have like CDs, DVDs, pen drive, and like torrent and all of that, right? So I used to download movies in my laptop, and I used to like use CDs and pen drive to just like watch movies with my friends. And I no longer do that, right? Why I no longer do that? Because I do have Netflix, Amazon Prime, and all of those platforms to basically watch movies. And I use Google Photos nowadays to upload my photos in Google Drive, or daily our backups are happening for WhatsApp, if you notice, right? So WhatsApp backup happens every day or every week, we schedule it. And if you think about it, all of us, right, all of us are anyways using a cloud. Okay, so like cloud is into our life, if you just notice, right? And why is that? Because of the advantages of using the cloud, right? So let's try to think. If we use just general pen drive and then CDs and DVDs, what's the problem? Okay, so if we just use that, then if that particular pen drive is full, I need to go to the market and purchase a new pen drive, right? And then I need to maintain that particular pen drive, right? And then if the pen drive is corrupted, then also it's my fault, right? So all of that, due to all of this hassle, and also if I want to share that pen drive with some Vinayak, for example, then I need to go to the Vinayak and then hand over that pen drive, right? So collaboration is very difficult. So because of all of these advantages in the cloud, like collaboration is very easy. So if you Vinayak wants a data, I can just share the data with Vinayak now, right? That I can do. And at the same time, if the storage is full in Google Drive, right, you can just upgrade your storage then and there. And if you want to buy a new storage, that also you can do then and there. So because of all of these advantages, like collaboration is very easy, upgrade is very easy, everything handled by the cloud service provider, that is why people are switching to cloud. And every individual is switching to cloud, so every company is also switching to the cloud nowadays, right? So now if you think about it, like why particularly Azure cloud? Okay, so there are many cloud player in the market, like you have Amazon cloud, and then when you have like a GCP cloud, and then you have Azure cloud, right? So why particularly Azure cloud? Every cloud is good, to be honest, but I feel Azure has an edge. Why Azure has an edge? Because I do have like many number about it. So the cloud adoption rate is increasing by 38%, and then Azure cloud transformation is also 68%. And then so now if you think about it, like Azure, so I have many good friends working in Google, working in GCP, right? But you cannot deny a Microsoft product. It's very truth, right? So because Microsoft has a very good product, um, be it Office, be it VS Code, be it like Git. So they have very good corporate products, right? So you cannot deny a Microsoft product if you are working in big giants as well. So it's very easy for Microsoft to market their product. Okay, so first of all, and second of all, right? So second of all, Microsoft also doing a great innovation. When you think about it, it has a great integration with ChatGPT and the other OpenAI platforms, right? So that gives always a Microsoft as an edge over other cloud products, and that is why I feel we should learn particularly Azure cloud, because it has an edge always, because it's a Microsoft product ultimately. And we have, like, I can show you many sets to prove that why particularly Azure has a good market and why we should learn Azure, right? But any cloud is good. Okay, so you can also say that, yeah, so particularly you are Azure guys, so you will say that. But if you think about it, Azure has an edge anyways. And I recommend learning Azure Cloud because of the advantage which I told, right? All right. Now, who are the people? So sometimes there is also a question that Abhishek, uh, uh, I should move into Azure or not, right? So am I the right guy to move into the Azure? Okay. Now, generally, right? If you are a Power BI developer, if you are an Informatica developer, if you are a data analyst, if you are a database administrator, you should, like, these are the people who are generally coming into the data engineering. But there is also a confusion that Abhishek, I am a sales guy, or I don't have any coding background, or I am a fresher, right? Can I learn Azure data engineering? Or suppose if I don't belong to all of this domain, can I still learn data engineering? Because they hear in the market that these are the guys who are moving into data engineering. So am I the right person who will come into data engineering? So yes, basically anyone can learn data engineering and then switch, right? Generally, these guys switch into data engineering because they have to, because Informatica is nowadays, like, people are upgrading into the cloud technology, and then SIS developers are also moving into the cloud technology. These are the people who need to anyway switch because this is very necessary for them, right? But if you are a guy who has like no coding background or no technical expertise, then also you can learn data engineering. I have trained many people from that kind of a background, and then they basically learned and then switched, right? Now sometimes you will also say that a fresher will come and then they will talk about that, Abhishek, I am a fresher, and is there any job openings for fresher, or this particular field accept a fresher? So guys, if you are a fresher, then in any field you might face difficulty to basically switch, right? But if you follow a path as a fresher, right, what you should look for is switch to a field which has a very good future, right? So that you don't need to change the domain in the later on in the phase. So if you think about it, like Azure data engineering is basically learned by experienced guy, and also like 5 to 10 years of experience guy also moving into this field because it has a good potential. That is why as a fresher you should choose a field who has a good potential, and then do the projects, learn the skill set, and then switch. That will help you to switch, right? And fresher can also switch into the data engineering, right? All right. Now, what's the second part? So Azure market, people switch into the data engineering. Now we will talk about what of it, and like what is Azure data engineering, and what are the strategies tool you should focus on. Now I will check chat. If anybody has difference between data engineering and Databricks, please recommend which training to choose. Please share your name and WhatsApp number. Yeah, all of that. So one question is there from Karthik, which will be answered, Karthik, later on in the phase. So suppose if you have any question related to why of it, right? Why particularly Azure, and why you should learn the Azure cloud, then you can, if you have any question, you can ask or type in the chat now. I will just wait for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can 5 minutes clarify difference between, yeah, this question I will anyways answer. If anybody has question related to why of it, you can ask in the chat probably, and I will answer those questions. Yeah, guys. Anybody has any question? All right. Prerequisite. So prerequisite to learn data engineering, right? So again, I will say, if you have any question regarding the prerequisite, that will come into the how part of it, like how to learn and switch. So that question will again, I will answer. And someone also type in the chat that, one second, let me check. why companies choose Azure over AWS. So why companies choose Azure over AWS is, um, like many companies choose AWS over Azure. That is also the case. It depends on many factors, right? So I cannot say that, yeah, so all the company choose Azure over AWS. If that's the case, then AWS will not make any money, right? So it's not the case. It depends on many factors. It depends on the cost. It depends on the what they have already. So suppose they have MS SQL on premise already. So and it depends on many factors, or it depends on like the costing, and then it, so it's not like a straightforward answer. But many people choose about Azure, and also many people, like many companies choose Amazon over Azure. So it depends on many factor, or many architecture decisions, right? So that's not a like one word answer which I can give right now. Yeah, so if you are from the mainframe background, then also you can like do this particular course and then learn Azure data engineering, that you can do. It's, if you are from a mainframe background, it's slightly different. Like so mainframe is different than particularly like Azure data engineering. But ideally, if you want to learn data engineering, then you can anyway switch, right? That's not a problem. Yeah, if you can spare 2 to 3 days, 3 hours max, it is good enough. Okay. Now what I will do, I will go to the second part of it, which is like, what is data engineering? Okay. So it's very important to understand what is particularly data engineering, right? Because you are not, so that you are not distracted, and we'll focus on only learning data engineering, right? And we will learn it in a proper way. Okay. So what is data engineering? So in data engineering, so suppose if I just give you a example, that I am working in Walmart, for example, right? And I contacted Vinayak, right? So like I said, Vinayak, hey Vinayak, I want a particular dashboard in which I want to understand which employee is performing good in the company. I want to also understand which product is performing good in the company, which business unit is having most of the sales. I want to understand all of this, right? So I contacted Vinayak for that. And Vinayak, and I told Vinayak that, hey Vinayak, I am basically, I'm not a technical guy like you. I want a particular dashboard, a Power BI or something kind of a dashboard in which I want to open daily, and then I want to understand the sales, what's the total gross sales, or I want to understand like which product is performing good, so that I can order more of those products. I want to understand all of that, right? So Vinayak said, yeah, sure, I will make you a dashboard, and I will give you all of the like whatever you want, right? And I also told Vinayak, hey Vinayak, you can move all the data which we have in the on-premise, or which we have. So suppose if anyone is here who doesn't understand all of this on-premise and whatever I'm saying. So you can just consider on-premise as your own computer. So suppose if you have the data in your own computer, if you open a company and if you have a data in your own computer, and you want to migrate like all of the data, or move all the data to cloud, and then make some sort of a dashboard, right? So you can imagine like that, right? So suppose I also told Vinayak that, hey Vinayak, I do have my data in my own computer which I want to move, right? And then make a dashboard. How do I do it? Okay. Then Vinayak will tell that, hey, I just need to move all of the data into the cloud, and then I will basically like create a dashboard. Okay, suppose for example, if I have the data in my own computer, right? In my own computer, if I have the data, right? In my own computer, if I have the data, then if I open a any cloud, right? If I open a drive, I can manually upload the data, that I can do, right? But if you have the data daily coming, like 100 and 200 or 300 files daily coming in your computer, how can you do it? And how you can do it at a particular time, how you can schedule it, right? And then also join all of the data. To suppose if you have hundreds of data coming, right? You need to basically join all the data to get a outcome, right? How do you do it on day-to-day basis? So suppose first of all, you'll extract the data. You will try to extract data, move the data in a particular cloud platform. Just like suppose if you have a drive location, then you will manually upload the data in the drive, right? Similar to that, if you want to do it daily for hundreds of files, you need to extract the data using a tool. Okay. So first of all, the extraction part will come, and then you will store the data in a particular storage, right? So you will load the data in a particular storage. And then for hundreds of data, you will basically transform it. Transform as in you will combine it. Suppose if you have a sales data and a customer data, you want to understand which customer has, like, which age group of a customer is buying most of the product, that you want to understand. So you will join customer and sales data, right? So you will transform the data. So data engineering is this, only this: extraction of the data, transformation of the data, and then loading of the data. That is what data engineering is. Okay. Now, your day-to-day job as a data engineer is do this, right? So you will find out the data, right? So Vinayak will basically find the data for me, that Abhishek is looking for this data, where it is located. That is the job of a data engineer. Data engineer will try to find out where that particular data is. Then data engineer will also extract the data and then make a extract, transform, and load. Like, that is a pipeline he will make. And then he will basically monitor daily your pipelines are running fine or not, right? That he will monitor. And then he will also make sure file movement, all the data quality is good or not, the code quality is good or not. And then he will try to optimize the cost of the, like suppose the pipeline can run in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, right? So pipeline can run in different time intervals. So he will also make sure the cost is, the cost of the movement is good or not, right? And then he will give a proper permission to all of the guys, right? That also he will do. He will try to make a data lineage between like different uh, data sources, right? And then he will try to document. What is not data engineering? Data engineering is not like building ML models, right? Building dashboards, right? So that is, I will make everything, and then Vinayak will probably, after making the data, he will hand over it to someone who can make the dashboard for him, right? That he can do. Data engineering is not CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so you will, many people in the market will basically bluff you around by saying that in the course we will teach you CI/CD pipeline as well, right? And I recommend not to take them seriously. Reason being that CI/CD is a different thing altogether. It's a basically DevOps engineer job. If being a data engineer, if you know CI/CD pipeline, that's good, but it's not necessary, right? Some company basically teach you and say that, yeah, you learn, if you know CI/CD pipeline, it's good, but we are learning right now. We should focus on what is important right now. We shouldn't focus. If you know ML model, if you know CI/CD pipeline, if you know how to create a dashboard, and also if you know all the data engineering stuff, then it's anyways wonderful, right? But you should focus on learning all of this first, and then you should focus on all of this first. But you shouldn't focus on CI/CD, implementing a CI/CD. So a few days back, I got a call from some one of the students, and he said that, sir, I want to learn data engineering. So I found a particular YouTube channel, and then I'm learning CI/CD pipeline right now. So it's not important. Like, he's not following a right path, right? So he shouldn't focus on CI/CD pipeline first. He should focus on building a ATL pipeline, and then CI/CD pipeline is okay. But you should focus on what is important first. Then you shouldn't focus on like designing a front end application, user face interface application, all of that, right? So this is not data engineer's job. Data engineer's job is to basically make data, make the the ETL pipeline, making sure data quality is good and all of that, right? That's the basic data engineering job. All right. And what are the starter tool we should focus on? Okay, so as I was showing in the slide, so for the extraction part, we generally use Data Factory or Synapse Analytics pipeline, right? That is the extraction part. Just like Drive, why I'm giving the example of Drive, because we all know Drive, right? So Google Drive, in which we store the data. So for the loading part, we generally use the data lake or a SQL server for the loading part. And for the transformation, we generally use like Databricks or a SQL stored procedure or ADF data flow for all of that for the transformation. And then Power BI is basically all together data analysis job. So all of this are the starter tool for data engineering. Now, So during the training, we'll learn about all of this starter tool. Like we'll learn about Data Factory, we'll learn about Synapse Analytics, we'll learn about Azure DevOps, where you can store the code. We can learn about data lake storage. We'll learn about Databricks. We'll learn about SQL DB. We'll learn about all of this starter tool, which is very, very important right now to focus and to learn these tools and technology. All right, we'll focus on all of this in the starting. Like these are the tools which is very much enough if you want to switch to Azure Cloud Engineering, or if you want to show like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of experience. These are the tools which is very much enough to learn, and we'll focus on learning these tools only. Will not get distracted, will not focus on which is not important ideally, right? All right, guys. And then anybody has any question now, you can ask me if you have any questions, guys. One second, I will give a chance to unmute yourself. So guys, if you have any question, you can idly unmute yourself and ask one by one. But one by one, please unmute yourself and ask question if you have any question.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Sir, actually, I'm from mechanical background, having 5 years of experience. And will you
You are
please tell
from
me
which background? Sorry.
mechanical background,
Okay, yeah, yes.
having 5 years of experience in mechanical domain. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to switch my career into IT field. And
Mm-hmm.
sir, will you please tell me how much coding is involving in this data engineering, and how it, what are the possible ways to get into IT?
Mm-hmm. All right. So I was showing you the starter tool, right? So we'll start with Data Factory. In Data Factory, if I show you the tool, right? So let me share my screen for a moment, and then I will show you so that you guys can feel it actually. So this is Data Factory, okay? Now if I open this tool, so like first of all, we learn this, okay? So here there is no like coding or anything. So you'll not see a single line of code here. There is no code machine, okay? So, and this is the tool which we use for the extraction part. So suppose, yeah, so here if I show you like the pipelines, right? So here there's no coding. So ideally it's a drag and drop tool and there is no coding involved. So we'll start with this. And then what's your good name? Sorry.
Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva. So and during the course, like so first of all, start with this particular tool for 10 to 15 classes, and in which there is no coding. Okay, so it's no code machine, so you can basically focus on this, you can learn this, and it's very good Azure cloud tool which is basically learned for data extraction, data movement. Okay, and then in the side you can basically learn SQL. Okay, so SQL is basically used in any of the domain. If you go to any of the technical domain, right, data analysis, data science or data engineering, SQL is very much necessary, essential. So we will focus on the SQL learning, and we will also offer you the free SQL training, right? So free SQL classes will be given to you. You can take it in the side and then you can do it, you can learn it and all of that you can do, right? And if you learn SQL, if you learn this, and then like it's basically enough for you right now uh, to switch. Okay, so you can learn Data Factory, you can learn SQL, proper SQL, right, which we will give you for free, right? And then you can also learn Data Bricks in the site, right? And which is enough. And then slowly you can enhance your skill set in more coding domain, like you can learn Python later on in the phase. But the first initial phase will be learning Data Factory, which is a no code machine, and focusing on SQL because it's anyways essential for you if you switch any of the cloud domain. And what are the tools you should learn in SQL? What are the basic things you can learn in SQL? You can learn like select, where, like window functions and aggregation and all of that, which is important enough to switch to data engineering. Yes, and then we are anyways offering you as a side dish in this particular course.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Ravinder. I have one doubt. What is the difference data analyst, data science, and data engineer?
Right. You're able to see this slide, right?
Yeah.
All right. So data analysis. So suppose um, once now I will come to the Walmart example. So suppose if I have a given, I have the data located in a SQL storage, right? And then data analyst job is to um, represent that data in a proper manner so that it's understood. Okay, suppose if I have the data somewhere and I want to understand like what's the trend, how the sales is increasing or how sales is decreasing, or in which month sales is increasing or in which month sales is decreasing, or sales is affected by this and this factors, I will probably call a data analyst and I will ask him, hey, can you answer this question? But if I need that data to be present in that SQL server, I will call a data engineer. So this is what the basic difference between a data analyst and data engineer. Data engineer will make the data available for data analyst. Data analyst will analyze the data. Data engineer will not analyze the data. Data engineer will analyze the data only to validate the data. That's all. What's the job of a data scientist? Data scientist job is to if I want to understand what's the sales today, like if I want to understand what will be the sales after 2 years, or what are the things which I should focus on so that sales will increase in the future. So any future prediction will data scientist will do. That is the job of a data scientist. I hope I have clarified your question.
Okay, so Abhishek, I have two questions. Like when we work on cloud, so like, do we need to create any account on cloud? So it's a free, or
I
so
will
we need
come to that question. I will come to that question. How to practice? That's already there in the agenda. So I will come to that question in some time.
Okay. And the second point is, do we cover Azure Synapse?
Yes, we'll cover Azure Synapse.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Abhishek.
That's what I was saying, that Azure Synapse Analytics, Data Factory, Databricks, all of that is included. So we'll cover that. Yes.
Yeah, hi, Abhishek. Nagarjun here. Currently, I'm working as a BI engineering. So, as part of this teaching, you are going to teach all these concepts using Azure Portal or Microsoft Fabric. So, I heard actually there's
Azure Portal. I will not teach about using Microsoft Fabric. I will teach everything using Azure Portal, which is like Data Factory, Databricks. I will use that. And why I will not teach about Azure Fabric? Because it's a new tool, right? It's like very recently introduced. So companies are still adopting that. But anyways, if you learn Data Factory and Databricks, you can you can work in Synapse Analytics. And similarly, if you know Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, you can work in Fabric very easily. It's just a UI difference. So suppose if I am using like this Samsung mobile, right? I can use a Vivo and Oppo mobile as well very easily. So it's just a UI difference where to click and what to click. And suppose if I'm using this mobile, I can easily use a Apple mobile as well, with here and there some difficulty faced in the beginning, but I can use it. That's the only difference. Yes.
okay. One more question I have. So, I heard nowadays everyone is using SQL, PySpark instead of SQL in data. Is my assumption is correct?
No,
Okay.
your assumption is not correct. People are using SQL and also people are using PySpark. It's not like people are only using SQL or people are only using PySpark. It depends on many factors, what tools or what particular language you need to use.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
you should focus on learning SQL first. That's the recommendation if you don't know any of the language, because SQL is widely used among all of the projects, or it's widely used language ideally. And it's easy to learn as well at the same time. Yes.
Yeah,
Hello.
thank you. Thanks for the
Yeah.
Yeah. One more thing. What is the difference ETL developer and a data engineer?
Same.
Same role.
Yeah.
So
People
here,
will create a difference, but ideally from past 8 years, I haven't felt any difference. So I feel it's same.
so here cloud is including no
Yeah.
data
So
engineer.
everything
Azure
is
data.
there in the cloud. Yes.
So one more also is there na Informatica IICS.
Uh, yeah. Informatica, ISCS, you're saying. So there are many of the cloud products in the market, right? It's we are particularly focused on Azure Data Engineering or Azure related or Microsoft related offerings. But you have an offering from Amazon as well and GCP as well and from Informatica as well. But we are focused on into this, and I have explained why we are focused into this.
So here you mentioned data engineer starters tools. You are going to explain deeply or basic Azure DevOps, Azure Synapse analysis, Azure data factories. Are
So we
you
will
going
do,
to explain
yeah.
basics
So
or what?
no, it's not basic. We will do projects into this. We will do like, and I think we are again going into the next part of the explanation, but I am anyways explaining. So in this particular course, this is not anyways basic. So I have done like approx 10 to 15 projects in this particular cloud data engineering. And then I have tried to combine all of the projects into like 5 to 6 general projects, general architecture, which is followed in all the projects. And then I will be teaching those projects, which is enough for you to write 3 to 5 years or 6 years of experience into the resume and then switch, right? So this training is designed in that particular manner. And yeah, so this is not basic learning. This is a particularly interview focused learning, because nobody will come and enroll to my course if they are not able to get a job from this particular course. So this course is being designed in that manner so that you will be able to write all the projects in your resume. You will be able to explain all the projects in your interview, and then you will be able to get a job. And after getting a job, you will be able to do all the work in the company by using this project. This training is being designed in that particular manner. And then the coming to the question, like Abhishek, how you can teach all the 8 years of your work in 4 months? I cannot teach all the 8 years of work in 4 months, but what I can teach is whatever projects I have done. I have done it multiple times. So you all are probably from IT background. If you're not from the IT background as well, you'll understand that if you're working in a non-IT background as well, some work are redundant. Okay, so no one is like doing a daily a new work, right? So the work are redundant always. So suppose if I'm doing a new project right now for a 1 year, then I can probably repeat the same project next year, right? So we are making sure we are teaching you all the different things during the course curriculum, and I am taking this particular, like, this is my around like 16th or 17th batch. So all the pipelines I have like implemented, I don't know, like many times, right? So I have implemented like 16, 17 times all the pipeline. Then all the pipeline, I will design it like, suppose if I'm teaching for 2 months, right? And if you do it by yourself, you probably need 2 to 3 months, and then you need to practice it. So it is very summarized or designed in such a way that it will give you a different projects to write in your resume, and then it's not a basic training anyways. Yes. All right, somebody raised the hand, and this is the last question which I am taking, so that we'll move to the next section.
Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah.
My name is
Yeah.
Srini.
Yeah.
So, as a data engineer, do we need to prepare Power BI and Tableau reports as well?
No.
Okay. So we just need to do this ETL operation, put it in the warehouse.
Yeah. ETL operation, put it in the warehouse, or transform it using Databricks using Spark, and then put it in the lakehouse. Yes. All
I
right.
just have one quick question. I'm sorry if I may. Can I ask you one
Yeah.
question?
Please.
All right. So, for someone who's pursuing, a reporting side of it, how important? I mean, I know it's important, but would it be helpful for them to learn this whole
Yeah.
new side of things?
Yes, it will be helpful. And why it will be helpful? Because suppose I have also shown here like a data analyst or a Power BI developer also learning this, because to enhance their skill set to a backend of it. Suppose if you are working in a reporting, and if you know the backend of it, it will help you. That's why you should learn. And sorry, you cannot like unmute yourself now because I muted all the participants again. And like now let's move to the second section of it, because I need to move right now, right? If you have any questions, then we can anyways cover it in the next section, right? So now I will give you a course overview, okay? Let me open the slides to give you the course overview. Give me a moment. All right. So as Raj explained in the beginning, there are like 3 courses which we are offering, right? One is Azure Data Engineering course. One is Azure Data Bricks and Big Data Processing using Spark course. And one is combination of all of it, right? Now let's understand who should take what course and how to divide, right? Now, if you are a very beginner, okay, if you just want to start, right, then what you can do right now is either enroll for both of the course so that you learn about data engineering and also you learn about big data processing, right? Big data processing, PySpark, Spark processing, all of that, right? And then you can write 5 to 6 years of experience into your resume and then you can switch, right? If you are a fresher. Now, if you are an experienced guy having 7 years of experience or 8 years of experience, you should enroll anyways. You should enroll for both of the courses. Reason being, you'll write more experience in your resume, and then because if you have 6, 7 years of experience, you have certain salary expectation to get, right. So you should write both of. You should do both of the courses. If you are a very beginner, right, you can probably focus only on data engineering, right, Azure data engineering, and then you can enroll for this particular course. If you are an experienced guy, you should enroll for both of the courses. Now, if you are from Python background or some sort of like coding background, then you can enroll for Databricks and big data processing course. Suppose if you are a Python developer, you know coding already, you know Python SQL already, then you can enroll for Databricks and Spark course. All right. Now, what are the things we will cover during the course, right? And what are the different things we are offering? So we will help you in everything. We will help you to like learn everything. Then we will help you to basically write everything in your resume. Then we will give you the interview question, because I have taken like more than 10 to more than 100 to 200 interviews till now. I have given more than many interviews just to prepare all the interview questions. So we'll give you all the interview questions related to all the projects. And then we will also give you the managerial question, and then what are the technical difficulties faced and all of that question as well from this course curriculum, right? So this is all given to you, right? So projects is given to you, help to make your resume, and then we'll give you the interview question, and then you need to appear for the interview, give the interview. What we want from you is to practice, right? So you will gain confidence only and only if you practice. If you don't practice, you will not gain the confidence. So what we want from you is only practice. That is what we want. All right. So what we will learn during the course. So if you enroll for each of the course will go for 2 months, right? Azure Data Engineering will go for 2 months, and Databricks and Spark processing will also go for 2 months, right? Each of the course will go for two months. If you enroll for both of the course, it will go for 4 months, right? So the agenda is very clear. So now I will write it as well so that you are not confused. Azure Data Engineering. In Azure Data Engineering, we will learn Azure Data Factory. Okay. Advanced level. We will learn Azure Data Bricks, basic to mid level. And then we will learn like warehouse, Synapse, right? We will also learn about DevOps. And who should do this course? Who should do this course? If you don't have any coding knowledge, like no coding knowledge, and like looking for, and if you are a 3 to 4 years of experience guy, like into a different field. Suppose if you are 2, 3 year experienced guy and then you want to do this particular course, you can enroll for this, and then you can write And if you're like, yeah, so 3 to 4 years of experience guy, right? Now we have our Databricks Azure Data Bricks course. In which we'll learn about like Unity Catalog, PySpark, Spark. So it's mainly focused on big data processing, right? Big data processing using Spark. Using Spark, PySpark, Spark, and then Lakehouse implementation. Who should do this course? Individual this course. Who should do like having coding knowledge? And yeah, so having coding knowledge, and then if you individually do this particular course, then also you can write like 3 to 4 years of experience. And now, if you are an experienced guy, right? If you have more than 5 to 6 years of experience guy, you should do both of the courses. Reason being, you can write like 5 to 6 years of experience, and then you can go for a more package. So in that case, you should enroll for both of the courses, right? Now, what we will learn during the course, let's understand that. Yeah. So what we will learn during the course. So basically, as I told, that we'll give you everything, right? We will basically try to give you the training, write your resume in the project, then give you the interview question, which I have prepared by giving many interviews. We will help you in the we'll help you in the resume building and all of that, right? What's the course curriculum? We'll cover all the Azure basics, right? So basic of cloud, private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, IICS and PaaS, tenant, subscription, management, resource group, all of that. Then what is Azure storage, blob storage, data lake storage, how to manage ACL, permissions and all of that. Then what is link service integration, runtime, full load, delta load, the parameterization of pipeline, parameterization of data set. Then how to load the data to SQL Server, what is upsert, lookup activity, pre-copy script, all of that, right? And how to do the monitoring of the pipeline. If the pipeline is failed, how to re-trigger that, how to push your code in the Git, how to manage the Git repository, what is Git push, Git revert, how to store the credential in the key vault, what is fact dimension, S3 type implementation, right? How to schedule overall pipeline, then how to migrate the data from MS SQL to cloud, right? Then how to, what is a trigger, what are the types of the trigger and all of that. In this particular course as well, we'll cover Databricks basic to mid level. So all of this is included. We'll do one project in Databricks itself. Then we'll cover the Synapse Analytics, right? And in Databricks, we'll cover like RDD, data frame APIs, your DB utils, the parameterization, data lake, Azure DevOps, Git integration, then Databricks CLI, Spark UI, Unity Catalog, S3 type implementation, Medallion architecture implementation, Spark optimization techniques, right? And then how to do the logging of the notebook, all of that, right? And after doing like, so now suppose if you enroll for the like the data engineering course, by end of the course, you can basically create a full load delta load pipeline. You can automate the pipeline, you can create end-to-end pipeline, you can monitor and track your pipeline. You can basically you will be able to write 3 projects in the resume, right? And if you do both of the courses, you can basically like you can migrate data, create a full load pipeline, delta load pipeline. You can basically like do the Spark optimization, all of that you can do, right? So yeah, so this is about the course curriculum, right? And if you have any question, because generally it's a critical part and you should understand the course curriculum properly. So what I will do now is to again give you a chance to ask question for like 3-4 question probably you can ask now, so that the course curriculum is at least clear for everyone.
Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Rohan here. Actually, I
Hello.
just want to know whenever initially I get the portal, Azure portal, so it is free for a new users. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
if we enroll this class, so we have to purchase the I mean to say subscription, or what we have to do.
Yeah, let me describe you. So all the course curriculum will go over here in the Azure portal.azure.com. This is free for a month, as you told, right? So if I go over here, this is free for a month. So what we generally do when we make a batch, right? So suppose if we have a batch of like 20, 30 people or 40 people, what we do, we make a small groups. And then if one person has created a subscription, that can be shared among like 4 of them. We can work in a small company. None of you need to share your email ID and credential, right? So you can work. So suppose if I go to my tenant, right? My tenant, I am working with many of the people, right? So if I go to my tenant, manage tenant, so I'm working with all of these guys, right? So that I'm doing right now. So you can anyways work with different people, create organization that you can do, right? When you're working for 1 month for free, right? And then next month someone else can create an account, and then you can work within that account. That you can do, right? So 1 month it's free for you. We will not give you a subscription, and like this is not given to you. This is, you need to purchase 1 month for free from your own credit card, debit card. Next month you can another use a credit card. If you don't want to share with anyone, you can use any other credit card or debit card, and then you can create. But suppose like someone says that, Abhishek, I want to create an account and then I want to use that account for like 10 months, right? What I have done initially, I have created 1 month free subscription, and then I used all my friends and family details, and then their credentials, and then their credit cards to basically create account. But like if you don't want to do that, that's also completely fine. You can just create 1 month of free subscription, and then after that you can upgrade your account to pay as you go. So suppose if you see my pay as you go subscription, like, and if I just show you the billing and invoices, right? So suppose if you see, like I have been paying 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 2,700 or something like that every month. And this I am training like so many guys, and then I am also doing mock projects for the many companies as a side hustle. Then I am paying this much amount of money, right? But for a general student, for learning purpose, if you basically use a free subscription, then you need to probably pay like 1,000 rupees a month, right? So that's the general cost for just practice, right? So 1 month is free, and then either you can upgrade your account to pay as you go, or you can pay 1 month 1,000 or 1,200, something like that per month, if you don't want to use any other details and all of that, right? But here we will learn all the classes. So here we'll practice in portal and all of that, right? And for Databricks, we have a community edition which is given to you for free. Here we will practice in community edition. We'll practice most of the things. All right, guys. Anybody has any doubt?
Thank you, Abhishek.
Hi, Abhishek. How much proficiency required, Python proficiency required for a Databricks?
Uh, basic level is a basic is okay. So if you know SQL as well, so do you know SQL already?
Yeah, I'm a ETL developer actually. I'm having
So
a
if you know
moderate,
SQL,
moderate to.
yeah. So if you know SQL, then also it's fine. You can basically learn Databricks as well directly. That's not a problem. Because because if you are a SQL developer, you probably know already like the aggregation, joins, and then you can easily understand if some code is written, you can understand that, yeah, this is doing that. In Databricks, what is more required is understanding of Spark, how Spark works. But coding, you can anyways figure out and like do that. It's not like you know core coding or Python knowledge to work. Many of the developer are with me who's just know SQL, and then they're working completely fine in Databricks. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Abhishek, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Srini. I would like to know when you actually allow us to do the project at the end of the training. Will you actually expect us to work as a team, or just to go back and do on our own?
I recommend to work as a team, right? But some people like if you're able to manage to do that, that's completely fine. But generally it happens that so suppose somebody has like what generally happen when we start the class. So suppose first project we'll do here, right? So
Yeah.
if you're doing a project with someone else and if he has done all the classes, it generally doesn't happen like he is also with you always. But
Yeah.
if you are always with you, then anyways the first project you can do together. Then and we will not wait for complete training to finish to do projects. So we'll first project is like after completing all of this topic, we'll do first project. Then second project is done after finishing this. So we will in between the sessions itself will complete the projects. And then after doing all of the course, the 3 projects are completed.
Okay. Okay. The reason why I'm asking is, in real time, anyway, this is how we do. We will work as a team. If I need to actually feel like I've actually done a real time project, then I should have actually worked with the team rather than actually doing stuff on my own.
Yeah, I recommend doing that, but like to be very, very honest, in training world, if you can find a guy in overall training who is like doing and then completing all the homework with you, and then you guys can connecting like for half an hour just to discuss the ideas and do it, then yeah, you can do it. That's not a problem.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, Abhishek, Nagarjun here. Am I
Yeah,
audible?
one
Yeah.
thing, Microsoft Azure and Data Engineer, Azure Data Engineer, both are different. Or same?
Come again.
Azure Data Engineer and Microsoft Azure.
Microsoft
Azure means
Azure
like
Data
AWS.
Engineering and Microsoft. See, Azure is a cloud platform which offers many tools, which offers you data engineering tool, data science tool, data analysis tool, and data engineering is part of it. So Azure Cloud, like suppose Google, right? Google has many software. For Google Maps, you use Maps. For Drive, you use for storage, you use Drive. So similar to that, Azure, Microsoft Azure is a cloud. Data engineering is part of it. And also guys, one recommendation, if somebody is asking the question already, please don't interrupt and ask, so that like someone will finish the question and then you can ask anyways, right? All right guys, so please tell me if you have any other question. I will take 2 more questions and then we'll continue. Yes.
Hey, Abhishek, Nagarjun here. How can I interlink Databricks with data engineering? So instead of Databricks, can I go for Azure SQL database for the data storing and ETL operations?
Both is being used for different purpose. So suppose the Databricks is basically used for big data processing. So many companies are using Databricks for, suppose if you have a big amount of data, right? So let's
Yeah.
understand that if I open Spark, for example, Databricks is built on Spark. So if I open, what is Spark? Spark is an open source unified large scale data processing engine, right? So what Spark does is Spark process the data parallelly, right? That is what it does. So suppose if I have a box of coin, I want to count box of coin, right?
Yes.
And if I divide among all of 46, 50 member, whosoever is here, and if I divide all the box of coin among all of you, then the counting will become fast, right? Because we divided the work. So Spark basically does the distributed processing. That is why for big data processing, we recommend like generally the Spark is being used and Databricks is built on the Spark ideally. And so if I go to Databricks, like what is Databricks, right? So Databricks is basically it's built on the Spark. So the SQL is for the processing if you have less amount of data, but if you have a big amount of data, Databricks is recommended for that. And it's a very good tool to learn because Databricks is basically used by Amazon Cloud, the GCP Cloud, Microsoft Cloud, adopted by many of the cloud technologies. So it's very good to learn. And then people are like using a Unity catalog architecture, very updated Lakehouse architecture nowadays to basically switch, right? All right, guys. Any other question?
Hi, Abhishek. This is Bala. So I have one question about that Azure Data Factory. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to do the development kind of transformation what we are using in Informatica powers under in IICS, right? The same
Yeah.
transformation going to apply here as well.
Yes. So you will be able to relate whatever you are doing in Informatica, right? You will be able to relate anyways.
Oh, okay. The many transformation available in both IICS and Power Center, right? So the similar way it's present in Azure Data Factory as well.
So see, I'm not an Informatica guy, so I won't be able, like, I don't know what present is in Informatica, to be very, very honest. What I know is I have trained many people who are from the Informatica background, and while training, they relate the terms. So they basically say that, Abhishek, we learned this in already in the Informatica, and then you are teaching this, which is also similar, which because we are learning ETL only here, and in Informatica as well, you do ETL, so you can anyways relate the terms that you can do.
Okay, in that case, Azure Data Factory, how much percentage you going to cover it in overall the training?
So in the data engineering, like in this particular data engineering training, Azure Data Engineering training, we will cover like 60% data factory, 60 to 65% data factory. So, and then we'll cover basic to advanced level of data factories. It's completely, once you learn this from here, you can do projects very easily in the company. That's not a problem.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Check. This is Prakash. So what do you think about that Azure Data Engineering as well as that Snowflake Data Engineering here? So because both are present in that cloud platform. Anyway, if we do that Azure Data Engineering role, so at the end mostly it will be like via Azure SQL or ADLS storage, or we can use that Snowflake as the database. So what do you think in future, which will be that scope?
So, but in Snowflake, you cannot do like a big data processing or Spark processing that you cannot do, right? In Snowflake. And also Snowflake is not a ETL tool, right? Snowflake is a storage tool, right? So you can anyway store the data in Snowflake, but for if I tell you to extract or do ETL using Snowflake or do Spark processing, big data processing using Snowflake, you cannot do that, right? So Snowflake is basically like used for a storage, but ETL or data engineering is beyond like that, right?
Okay.
So like Databricks is very like now like just think about it, guys. So Databricks, now if you just go to the market and then see, if you search AWS Databricks, right? Databricks is opted by Amazon, right? If you go search Google GCP, right? GCP Databricks. Databricks is opted by GCP as well. If you go and search Azure Databricks is also there, right? So now all the big giants are using Databricks, like so they thought about something, right? Then also they're integrated. So it's very good tool to learn for Spark and for big data processing. So yeah, so because it's a futuristic, because Spark is a latest or most latest technology for big data processing, and it's the Databricks is a best platform to ideally do that processing ideally. All right,
Okay.
guys. Any other question?
So in that case, let's say for Databricks, you are saying it's like using that Spark or PySpark. On top of it, we have to use that Databricks. So how complicate we have to learn that Spark and PySpark architecture?
How complicated is it?
I mean to say for learning this PySpark and Spark architecture flow.
How complicated? I am not able to understand. Sorry.
For learning this PySpark and Spark, right? How much effort do we need to put? Since basically, if we doesn't have that programming language, coding knowledge,
effort I cannot like, effort is not quantifiable, right? So what we can quantify is, I will take classes, 1 hour to 1.5 hour class. You just need to attend the class. First requirement is that. Second requirement is whatever homework I will give during the class, because in every class I will do the homework. So in every class you need to do the homework. And if you do that, and the students who have done that, and it's not easy, it's very, very difficult. If you do that, then you will be able to switch, you will be able to gain confidence, and then you will be able to get a monetary value out of it. That is what we want, and that is what we need to do. That's all. If you can put this effort, that's enough effort ideally. All right, guys. Any other question?
Hi, Abhishek. I
Okay.
have one question. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
For people from Informatica background, they're doing the ADL stuff. Informatica having a cloud tool like Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services. So that one would be like definitely easier. But how about the scope and job comparing to the IICS and Azure Data Factory and related services?
So I feel Azure has a better job roles and better like opportunity wise. And then just to, if you don't agree, and then if you use like suppose how to check that, right? How to check that? So you can just go to the Google or Naukri.com, search Azure Data Engineering, search the Informatica Cloud tool which you just said, and I'm very sure you'll get Azure Data Engineering more roles over the Informatica Cloud tools. So Azure has a good opportunity if you see opportunity wise. Yes.
Okay. For Informatica, we're good with Informatica tool and SQL itself. For Azure services, we need SQL, Azure, and Python also, right?
Python, if you are starting, if you don't know any, suppose if you don't know any coding language, then you should start with SQL. And if you know Python, then you can learn basics of Python in the start. But for the course, the prerequisite is zero. There is no prerequisite. You can enroll for this course, and then the people who don't know SQL can learn SQL in the site. We will offer you the recorded lectures. You can learn from that. And Python is not mandatory for this course. You can learn the whole course with SQL itself.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So that's all. Like, if you have any questions, you can just still ask me. Like, so as I told, like 1 second. Lab sessions I have described, interview questions. So like I will just show you how. 1 second, I am opening something. So the interview question is not like interview question just given randomly to you, because there are interview question floating around in the internet. And if you just go, you will get confused, right? So how I prepare the interview, I go and give the interview every year for 2 months, 3 months, and then I prepare all the interview question by myself. Why? Because it's very, very authentic. And if you just prepare it by yourself, like for all of you, if you just go to the interview and then prepare your interview question by yourself, that's the best interview question ideally. Because if you go to a particular, like I'm just giving you an example. So if you go to a topper, right? And if you ask a topper that, hey man, which question I should prepare? So, and then the topper has given you 200 question to prepare, right? Then it's not helpful to you. A topper is giving you 20 question, and that question is itself coming to the exam, right? That's the best question. So, and that is prepared if you won't give the interview, right? Because people will just confuse in the internet. So we'll give you the interview question prepared by myself. I give all the interview and then prepare the interview question. Or someone, my students is giving the interview and then I give those questions. So all the interview question will be given to you by preparation, right? The proper preparation. And then we will help you to make your resume. We will help you to write those projects in the resume. So we'll give you the interview description, like the project description. We will also help you to how to introduce all the projects in the interview, how to introduce yourself in the interview. All of that will tell you. So this is about the demo, guys. Now, if you want to register for the course, 1 second. As Raj sir already informed, right? So the course timing and then the fee, today is the discount. You can get the discount in 3,000 rupees if you enroll for today, right? And if you want to enroll for the combo course, then also you can do that, right? And in that as well, you'll get the discount. So just go to the like this WhatsApp number, which is already there, I guess, in the chat. And if it's not there, like probably it's there in the chat, and you can also go to the Raj Informatica website, right? And then you can like ping to the WhatsApp number and then get yourself registered, right? So you can just go to the here and then you can see the WhatsApp number and then you can register it. And I will anyways ping you the numbers as well in the chat again so that you guys can all register yourself, right? So that's all for the demo, guys. Thank you so much for joining the demo and giving your precious time. We'll see you around. Please register yourself and Thank you for joining the demo. I am still here if you have like 1-2 question, because I need to jump on a meeting now. So yeah, so if you still have some question, I am still here. Please tell me. In 5 minutes, I will probably leave. Yes, thank you so much.
Hello, Abhishek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Azure DevOps, how many topics you will cover in this training? What are the tools you will
I
do?
will teach in Azure DevOps. I will teach whatever is required in Azure DevOps. So I will teach about how to clone the repo, how to push, and how to do the cherry pick, how to do the git revert, and this is what is required from data engineering side, because I have been doing this only from past 8 years, and this is what I will teach.
Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah, guys. Yes.
I just want to know when was the class started, the batch started?
8th of November.
8th of November. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Abhishek. I have a question. When we discussed with had a call with Raj, so they said there will be a morning and evening batches as well. But here you were mentioned its timing is around 7:30 evening. So how is
Yeah,
it?
probably you can like again discuss with timing and other things. You can probably discuss in the WhatsApp number which is given to you, and they will be able to give you the proper schedule and timing, because they generally manage the timing for me, like what schedules fits their timing, my timing, and then accordingly we'll decide that. So better if you just ask in that particular WhatsApp group, that would be helpful for you. Sorry, WhatsApp number, that would be helpful.
Okay, thank you. And if you are taking a combo, right, to first
Mhm.
we'll be completing the data engineering and then we'll be moving to Databricks, right?
Yes, you're right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for the demo. See you then. Bye.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.